Welcome back. In California, the threat of the big one is always looming, of course, but now there is another mega disaster besides an earthquake to worry about, and we already got a taste of it if you remember last month.
I sure do. We are talking about a superstorm. Our reporter Amity Idrisi joins us with more on how it could cause massive flooding all across the state.
So we've collected some of the past weather events that have impacted Central California. This is on I-5. Turned into a raging flash flood, and the power of the water wiped out the entire interstate.
Kern County is not usually associated with severe weather.
So this is a 2x4 driven into a door. You can imagine if we had more of a long fuse event, you're going to see more widespread events like this.
Occasionally, we have a big weather event like the storms this past December, which caused flooding and damage across the county. But according to the U.S. Geological Survey, those storms would be like a light sprinkle compared to what's being called an ARK Storm.
But the public at large does not comprehend the extreme danger the storm poses.
We wanted to find out more about this storm, so we went to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in Hanford. From inside, meteorologists are constantly watching the skies.
Basically a circulation that's developing.
And are taking the idea of the ARK Storm very seriously.
Because the devastation could be just as severe, if not worse, than a major earthquake, because it would be more widespreading.
The A and R in ARK Storm stand for atmospheric river, where storm systems would tap into tropical moisture and create heavy rains lasting for weeks.
The so-called superstorm may be on the order of a 500 to 1,000 year event.
The heavy rains may be over for now, but residents just north of Lamar.
Although Eyewitness News has covered the most severe weather in Kern County for the last 57 years, we've never seen anything like this in our lifetime.
Now, we don't know what's in the future, but God holds the future. And if it floods, we accept His will.
The USGS used the past to map out the megastorm, comparing it to the Great Storm of 1862, where 45 days of rain flooded the state.
California, 1862. It has rained for almost...
Our modern-day infrastructure is not really built to withstand a storm of that magnitude.
Now almost 40 million people live in California, 6.5 million right here in the Central Valley. Today the storm could spell disaster to the tune of $725 billion.
Possibly massive economic impacts to our agriculture.
Not to mention the impact on human life.
Agencies like the National Weather Service, the USGS, the local emergency service managers working together to help communities better prepare for these events.
That was our Amity Idrisi reporting. Now, unlike an earthquake, this superstorm is somewhat predictable. Meteorologists say they could have up to 2 weeks, warning people to prepare.
So what do you think, Miles?
Well, I think an earthquake would affect like the Los Angeles area, maybe a 7.5, huge thing, but an ARK storm would encompass the entire state of California, and it would go on for a long time. It'd be like the Pineapple Express, like we had last month, except it just goes on and on and on. We could get 50 inches of rain in about 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights, hence the term ARK storm. You think of Noah's Ark. But the big thing is that this would just go on and on and on. That's the thing. And it could be predictable,
And
too.
if it happened that far back, are we overdue?
Well, it happened in 1862, and geological records show that it's happened about 6 times in the past 1,800 years. So there is some periodicity, and are we due? Yeah, probably so.
Really?
So.